I wonder sometimes what came first, the bland, uninspiring color choices, or the inability to find a mate. I mean, it's not ridiculous to imagine that the same lack of talent in the color department could give some kind of inaudible signal to Selena's DNA telling her, Daniel Dankins is an unlovable sack of shit. He'll write you shitty poetry, call you Aphrodite in his paintings, and beat up your ex in a jealous fit of rage. I'm kidding. My actions do that for me anyways. Hypothesis 2. My continued failure to have a successful relationship with Selena has so impaired my cognitive functions for colors that it'll take 20 years of art school to ever recover. I'm leaning towards this hypothesis because the painting I made the day I met Selena was the brightest yellow one has ever seen. I mean, it was shamefully yellow. But if you had been there, if you had had that experience, you would have understood. So here I was at this art gallery I had frequented since I was a small child called the Vessel Gallery. It was nothing too extravagant and nothing out of the ordinary from the outside. But then whenever you stepped into this building, one's imagination would just explode. I entered the gallery, and I'm super enticed by these rather meticulously made paper creatures they just put up on the gallery wall. Then, I saw her for the very first time. She was gorgeous, and so mesmerizing. I was nervous as all hell to talk to her. Secretly, I wished to myself she'd initiate the conversation, and before I could finish the thought...
Lord Ranger of the Art Gallery, what be your name?
Daniel. Dankins.
How did I do?
Pretty phenomenally, indeed, you ask me. Do you like the Smiths? In a matter of only 2 hours, I felt things for her I thought only reserved for trashy romance novels. It was like a genie had granted a lifelong wish and longing. Everything I hated about myself in the world had just become redeemed. All my hopes and desires gone from selfish to holy quests bestowed on me. Yes! 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 Ignorance is bliss. Oh, hey Hyperlover. Can you throw me a fresh cassette tape? Thanks. Making a new mixtape in the next hour. Something that'll throw me even further into the pit of despair. That produces good writing. You're probably wondering who the fuck Hyperlover is. Hyperlover is a 6'1" former spacebard from a city called Xerex I met a lot of months ago. His ship had just crashed in a field after being on a 2-decade-long bender on some kind of space heroin, whilst repeatedly having to repair his dead wife's body for copulating. Cheerful way to spend the worst span of The Simpsons. He came up to me somehow, knowing I was the only life form that would be willing to take him home, even though fear was my immediate reaction, and explained his situation. Apparently, alongside the dead wife problems and the space heroin, he was the last surviving soul from his galaxy, which had recently been exploded by a space bomb by their tyrannical ruler named Horgal. But despite obvious and forced differences in our backstory, we had a fair bit to talk about. For example, 80s Top of the Pops episodes. Apparently, his creator merged Morrissey from the Smiths and Robert Smiths from The Cure to make him. This was brilliant. I let him stay at my place, and in turn he comforted my pains, which led to the worst idea in my life. Okay, so here's the plan. We show up at the park. Selena will be there. We sit down next to her on the swings. Yes, swings. This way. Yeah, exactly. We talk. She sees that I'm over it all the problems, everything that, everything. That's fine. And then she'll break up with Paige. Sage, that's his name, Sage. That douchebag. And then it's us. We'll live happily ever after. Yeah?
What if the goddess of your moon and your sun? What if your almighty goddess of the stars and the moon doesn't want you?
Oh, sorry. I must have called the wrong number.
Hello?
Hi, is this Daniel Dinkins of the new comic Duxius Outseaters?
Yes, that is me. Who's calling?
Oh, I'm one of the editor-in-chief for, Green Public.
Ah, sir, I've been expecting your call. Did you receive my manuscript then?
I did receive the manuscript. I had to go through about 11, open our first comics thing, and we got about 3 going in. It's quite exciting. And so your manuscript, how we see it fitting into the bigger thing,
Yes.
Well, it's shit. We don't see it fitting at all. Actually, we don't see it fitting in any form of media whatsoever.
Sir?
Look, the characters are awful. The ending doesn't make sense. I was lost throughout the entire thing. And, god damn it, what's with the planet being a person and the person being a planet?
Sir, I know it's schlock, but that's the comic book genre.
And what do you know about the comic book genre, Daniel Dankins?
I've been to run a comic book store, sir. I've been collecting since I was 12 years old. I know probably more about comics than you do, you stuck-up bureaucrat in some publishing house.
Well, anyhow, it's absolute shit. We're not taking it. Fuck you very much. Bye. I'm not a bureaucrat.
Fuck you too, sir. You too, sir. Give me a break. Just give me a fucking break.
Action.
I decree today that life is simply taking a